Something is about to happen in this world that cannot be taken back. A truth is coming out that will break every bond, expose every secret, and destroy every lie that was carefully protected for years. In the world of Beauty and Black, nothing stays hidden forever. And season 3 is where everything finally falls apart. After everything that happened before, nothing feels the same anymore. The people who once stood close are now standing on opposite sides. Trust is not just broken, it is completely destroyed. Every smile now feels fake, and every promise feels like a trap waiting to be used against someone. The world these characters live in has become colder. Not because time has passed, but because betrayal has changed everything. What used to feel like family now feels like enemies wearing familiar faces. No one can fully believe anyone anymore, and that fear is slowly controlling every decision they make. Some of them are trying to act normal, pretending that life can go back to the way it was. But deep inside, they all know the truth. There is no going back. Too many lines have been crossed. Too many secrets have already been exposed. And the worst part is that not everything has been revealed yet. Every character is now carrying something heavy: guilt, anger, regret, and revenge. These emotions are not just feelings anymore. They are turning into actions. Small decisions are starting to create bigger problems. A single lie is now enough to destroy an entire future. Even the strongest relationships are collapsing slowly. Words that were once full of love now feel sharp. Every conversation has hidden meaning. Every silence feels dangerous. People are no longer asking what happened. They are asking who will hurt me next. And in the middle of all this emotional chaos, something darker is forming. A new wave of consequences is coming. The choices made in the past are not finished yet. They are still alive, still growing, and soon they will demand a price that no one is ready to pay. The damage from the past is no longer hidden. It is now visible in every life. Careers are shaking, families are splitting, and power is shifting in unexpected ways. People who once had control are now losing it slowly, while others rise from the shadows. Nothing feels stable anymore. Every victory feels temporary. Every win comes with a cost. And every secret that gets exposed creates a new enemy. It is not just about survival now. It is about control. Who will control the truth and who will be destroyed by it? Some characters are trying to protect themselves by becoming stronger, but that strength is turning into something dangerous. They are no longer thinking about right or wrong. They are thinking about survival, and survival always comes with sacrifice. Old friendships are now turning into battle lines. People who once trusted each other are now watching each other closely, waiting for the next move. No one wants to be the first to fall, but everyone knows someone will fall soon. Just when things start to feel slightly controlled, the past returns in a way no one expected. Old secrets that were buried are beginning to rise again. Things that were never meant to be discovered are now coming into the light. This return is not peaceful. It is painful. It brings back memories people tried to forget. It forces them to face choices they avoided. And most importantly, it reminds everyone that the past is never truly gone. Fear spreads again, but this time it is deeper. Because now people understand something important. The danger was never outside. It was always inside their own circle. At this stage, everything starts heading toward one final breaking point. Every decision matters more than before. Every lie becomes more dangerous. Every truth becomes more destructive. There is a feeling that something huge is about to happen. Something that we will change every relationship forever. Not everyone will survive it emotionally, and not everyone will come out the same. The story is no longer about fixing the past. It is about surviving what the past has created. And once this final chain of events begins, there will be no way to stop it. Because in the end, some truths don't just change lives, they end them. Everything that was once hidden is now slowly coming into the open, and nothing feels safe anymore. The choices made in the past are no longer staying in the past. They are now showing up in every corner of life, breaking peace, breaking trust, and breaking people from inside. What used to feel like small mistakes has turned into something much bigger, something that cannot be controlled anymore. In this world of beauty and black, consequences do not arrive all at once. They come step by step, quietly at first, and then all at once like a storm. A single secret exposed is enough to shake an entire family. A single lie uncovered is enough to destroy years of connection. And now there are too many secrets floating in the air, waiting for their moment to land. People are starting to feel the pressure in every part of their lives. Work is no longer stable. Relationships are no longer safe. Even simple conversations feel risky, like every word can be used against them later. No one is speaking freely anymore. Everyone is thinking before they talk, and even then, they are still unsure if it is enough to protect them. The strongest characters, the ones who once had full control, are now facing situations they cannot easily handle. Their power is not working like before. Their influence is not enough to stop what is coming. They are trying to fix things quietly, but every move they make seems to create a bigger problem somewhere else. It is like the more they try to control the situation, the more it slips out of their hands. At the same time, the weaker characters are no longer staying silent. They are beginning to see opportunities in the chaos. Things that were hidden from them for years are now giving them new strength. Information that was once kept away from them is now in their hands, and they are starting to understand how powerful truth can be when used at the right time. But this power does not come without danger. Every person who learns something new also becomes a target. The more someone knows, the more dangerous their position becomes. So now knowledge itself is turning into a weapon. People are not just fighting for control anymore. They are fighting to survive what they already know. Trust has become extremely rare. Even eye contact feels suspicious. People are questioning every smile, every apology, every act of kindness. Nothing feels pure anymore. Everyone is wondering what the hidden reason behind each action is, and this constant doubt is slowly destroying any chance of peace. Families are also feeling the pressure deeply. Bonds that were once strong are now full of silence and distance. People are sitting in the same room but feeling like strangers. Conversations are short, emotions are hidden, and everyone is protecting themselves in their own way. No one wants to be the first to admit fear, but fear is present in every heart. Even friendships that survived earlier problems are now starting to crack. Small misunderstandings are turning into bigger arguments. Old memories are not enough to hold people together anymore. The weight of everything that has happened is too heavy, and it is pulling everyone apart slowly but surely. There is also a growing feeling that something bigger is still waiting. Not everything has been revealed yet. Some truths are still buried deeper than others, and people can feel it. It is like standing in a room where the walls are already cracked, knowing that the final break is only a matter of time. And as each day passes, that feeling becomes stronger. The calm moments feel shorter. The tense moments feel longer. Everyone is waiting, even if they do not say it out loud. Waiting for the next secret. Waiting for the next betrayal. Waiting for the next moment that will change everything again. The past does not stay buried for long, no matter how hard people try to lock it away. In this world of beauty and black, old secrets have a strange way of finding light again, even when everyone believes they are gone forever. What was once hidden is now starting to rise piece by piece, and every piece carries danger with it. People who thought they had moved on are now being pulled back into moments they tried to forget. It is not just memories returning, it is truth returning. And truth, when it comes back after being buried, never arrives gently. It arrives with weight, with pain, and with consequences that no one is ready to face. Small signs begin to appear first. Strange conversations, old names being mentioned again, documents, messages, and clues that were believed to be lost are suddenly found in the worst possible moments. At first, people tried to ignore it, hoping it will disappear on its own. But it never disappears. It only grows stronger. The return of the past is not equal for everyone. For some, it brings fear. For others, it brings anger. And for a few, it brings opportunity. Because what comes back is not just information, it is power. Whoever understands the past first now holds control over the present. This creates a new kind of tension between characters. People are no longer just reacting to current events. They are reacting to things they did years ago. Things they believed were forgotten are now being used as weapons. And the worst part is, no one knows who is holding what piece of the truth. There is also a deep emotional impact that cannot be ignored. Some characters are forced to face versions of themselves they tried to escape. The choices they made long ago are now standing in front of them again, demanding answers. It becomes difficult to separate who they were from who they have become. At the same time, relationships are being tested in a completely new way. It is no longer just about trust in the present. It is about trust in the past. People are asking questions like, did I ever really know this person? And how much of our history was real? These questions are breaking bonds from the inside. What makes everything worse is the uncertainty. Not all secrets return at once. They come slowly, in fragments, making it impossible to prepare for what is next. Every new discovery changes the meaning of the last one. Nothing stays stable. Everything keeps shifting. Some characters try to stop the past from resurfacing again, but it is already too late. The chain has started moving. One truth leads to another, and each answer creates more questions. The more people try to control it, the more uncontrollable it becomes. Fear spreads again, but this time it is different. It is not fear of what might happen. It is fear of what is already known, but not fully understood yet. People realize that they are only seeing parts of the picture, not the full truth. And incomplete truth is often more dangerous than complete lies. Old alliances begin to break under this pressure. Some people choose silence to protect themselves. Others choose honesty to protect their conscience. But neither choice feels safe anymore. Every direction seems to lead to loss in some form. Even the strongest emotional connections start to weaken because of doubt. When the past comes back, it does not just reveal secrets. It also rewrites meaning. Moments that once felt pure now feel questionable. Memories that once felt warm now feel suspicious. And slowly, everyone begins to understand a harsh reality. The past was never gone. It was only waiting. Everything that has happened so far is now moving toward a stage where control no longer exists. Not for anyone, not for the strongest, not for the smartest, and not even for those who believe they are always one step ahead. In this world of beauty and black, there comes a moment when plans stop working and only consequences remain. Every character is now standing on unstable ground. The decisions they make are no longer small choices. Each step is pulling them closer to something permanent, something that cannot be reversed. Even silence has become dangerous, because staying quiet is now being understood as a form of confession by others. The pressure between people is reaching a level where even normal interactions feel heavy. A simple sentence can change everything. A single look can raise suspicion. There is no space left for misunderstanding because everyone is already expecting betrayal. And when people expect betrayal, they often create it themselves just to survive first. At this stage, truth and lies are no longer separate forces. They are mixing together in a way that makes everything unclear. Some truths are hurting more than lies ever did, and some lies are being protected because they feel safer than reality. This confusion is pushing everyone into emotional collapse, slowly but steadily. Characters who once believed they were in control are now realizing they were only reacting all along. Their power, their influence, their confidence, it is all being tested in ways they never imagined. They are forced to face situations where there is no correct answer, only damage control. And even that damage control is failing. At the same time, emotional bonds are reaching their breaking point. Relationships that survived earlier chaos are now struggling under deeper pressure. It is not just about past mistakes anymore. It is about present fear and future uncertainty. People are no longer holding on because of love or loyalty. They are holding on because letting go feels even more dangerous. The idea of safety no longer exists. Every place feels exposed. Every conversation feels monitored. Even private thoughts feel like they are not safe anymore because paranoia has taken over. When trust disappears, the mind starts filling the gaps with fear, and that fear becomes louder than reality itself. Some characters begin to understand that the situation is no longer about fixing problems. It is about surviving the outcome of those problems. That realization changes everything inside them. It removes hesitation. It removes hesitation often leads to extreme decisions, and those decisions are starting to appear one after another. Old boundaries are being crossed without hesitation now. Things that were once unthinkable are becoming normal reactions. People are willing to sacrifice relationships, reputations, and even their own identity if it means avoiding destruction. But the irony is these sacrifices are also creating more destruction in different forms. There is a growing sense that everything is leading toward a final breaking point. Not a small conflict, not another misunderstanding, but something complete. Something that will reshape every connection permanently. No one knows exactly when it will happen, but everyone can feel that it is close. And the closer it gets, the more unstable everyone becomes. Fear is no longer silent. It is active. It is influencing decisions, changing reactions, and pushing people into corners they cannot easily escape from. Even patience is running out, and when patience disappears, actions become unpredictable. What remains now is not stability, but tension. Not clarity, but confusion. Not trust, but expectation of betrayal. Every character is now waiting, not for peace, but for the moment when everything finally collapses into something they cannot undo.